Well, happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, as you are joining, tell me where you watching me from, and I'm just making sure that I'm indeed live everywhere, and my tech is indeed working. I know I'm live on Instabook. I just want to make sure that I'm live on Instagram and um on LinkedIn as well. Right. Looks like I'm live everywhere else. And as you're joining my live stream, please let me know if you can hear me well, because last live stream, like, we had a little bit of an issue with the mic. So let me know if you can hear me well. Let me know if the sound is coming clear for you. And today we're going to talk about your energy and your messaging, and as you are joining, like, please let me know if you can hear me, because last time, like, the sound was a little wacky. So let me know if you can hear me well, or if I need to adjust something. All right. So we often live in this notion in entrepreneurial world that you constantly have to grind, you constantly have to go, you constantly have to scale, you constantly have to go up and up and up and do more and more and more and more and more. And before we know it, we might leave our thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Like, we often exchange our 9 to 5 to 24/7, because when we focus on big entrepreneurs such as Hermosi and other entrepreneurs, and we noticing this, like, hustle culture, or we have, like, from even from our corporate days, we might have this notion: the more you do, the more you get paid. But this is not it. And we are starting, right, like, we are starting sacrificing our health, our energy, our mental energy. And here's the thing: you might have a perfect strategy, you might have a perfect business plan, you might have a perfect vision, and you know how to execute it. However, if your energy is off, it will translate in your messaging. If your energy is off, it will translate in your messaging. And um, today I'm going to talk about how to manage your energy at different seasons of entrepreneurship that you might be in. Also, today I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I'm a little bit nervous, and it's a little bit uncomfortable for me, but I'm going to go there anyway, because, listen, I trust my intuition, and I think it's going to bless all of you. So, but let's talk about about entrepreneurs who are operating more like a solopreneurs. And let's say it's just you and your business, and you may or may not have, like, anybody helping you, like, with your business. And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs are facing a challenge when they're spreading themselves too thin, especially when it comes to social media and social selling. You're trying, like, here's the thing: like, we all have this syndrome of, like, shiny objects, right? We see big names, like, they're all over social media. They're on LinkedIn, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're everywhere. And we're trying to copy them, we're trying to do what they do, we're trying to do all of the things, and we find ourselves burning out and feeling really tired from doing all of the things. However, what we are not considering is that big entrepreneurs, big names, they have teams to run multiple social media accounts, to do all of the things that they're doing. They have entire teams. They and which we about the teams we're going to talk about we're going to talk about a little bit later, but they have teams. So uh, when you're growing from let's say, I don't know, like 0 to 50, or 50 to 100K, or you are trying to grow your business to first, like, have like six figures or multiple six figures. What is important for you is to focus on your money making activities. It's not about flashy shiny objects. It's not about doing all of the things. It's not about being everywhere. It's about determining what is working. And this is the season when you polish your message and you present your message on the social media, on the platform where you people are at. It might be Facebook, it might be LinkedIn, um, it might be Instagram, but you are focusing on one platform specifically, maximum two, which, next week, I'm going to talk about how to handle your social media platforms and um, how to combine multiple social media platforms or like a couple of social media platforms if you're a solopreneur. But what you want to do, you want to shift your focus on what brings you client, what brings you conversations with people, what brings you that contact, and what brings you for like your customers. For example, in my business, I'm not doing the whole lot activities on Twitter, for example, because listen, I don't have customers from Twitter. Do big coaches, do my coaches are on Twitter? Do I see them there? Yes, I actually absolutely I do, but I'm not like I'm streaming on Twitter because like StreamYard actually allows me to do so, but aside from that, I'm not doing anything else because I don't see the whole line of customers from X or from Twitter. So like the first thing is not spreading yourself too thin, because when your energy drops, then like it affects your mental health, and it affects your messaging itself as well. So in this season, focusing on like getting your messaging better, getting connections, building your community, building your foundation, and focusing on what kind of activities actually bringing you money. If something is not bringing you money and something is not communicating your messaging well, like stop doing it. Like don't spread yourself too thin. So now like another thing, I want to talk about something else because every morning. So, like, let me give you a little bit background. Every morning, how I manage my energy, okay? Because also, like, it is important to start your day with the right energy. And before I go on LinkedIn, before I go on my social media, before I go into my DMs and answer you, like I wake up and I pray, I meditate, and I do spiritual activities such as like for reading a Bible every morning. And on Tuesday, I had a aha moment, and it was a aha moment, and I want to share that with you. So, uh, what I was reading Exodus chapter 18, and let me give you a little bit of a background. So, in chapter 18, we see Moses's father-in-law Jethro, which is a priest, and he's coming to visit Moses, and what he's giving him mentorship, and he is giving him advice, and he is giving him what in modern days we would consider coaching. So um what was going on? Jethro, after Moses greeted him, after like all of the ceremonial stuff was over, the next day, Jethro noticed that Moses was working from morning till evening, like helping people, being a judge and helping people to solve their issues. To be, he was that leader for his people. And here's the thing, just for asking like what are you doing, like standing there like from the morning till the evening. So and this is a part of the conversation, and Moses reply Moses said that like I have to deal with these people, I have to help them to figure out their issues. And Moses's father-in-law Jethro, which we're going to talk about Jethro a little bit later, he said what you're doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. Listen, when we are scaling, when we are growing in our business, at some point we become that bottleneck in our businesses. At some point, the work that we are doing is a little bit too much. At some point, the work that we're doing is a little bit too much. And we might have this sense of control that we don't want to give up, and we think that, like, yeah, I'm working like all the time, but I don't know who else would do that. And Jethro basically coaches and advises to Moses to hire people and to teach them to do what he does and start delegating his work. And in verse 20, like, teach them uh, his teach them his decrees and instructions, and show them the way they are to live and how they should behave. But select capable man from all the people. So, like, when you are hiring people, it's really important to be uh, be knowledgeable and be mindful how you hire people. So, like, who fear man, trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain. It's important, like, see, like, this is a serious leadership, because, like, if we are working with people, we need to work people with integrity, and appoint them as efficient over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. So basically, Jethro gave Moses an advice, a coaching, that when you're scaling and when you're growing and when you are hurting your business by doing every single work that you can possibly do, then you start burning out. Then that anxiety and that energy creeps in. And then like, I've seen it so many times when entrepreneurs, they started growing, and then at that point, there's it's not a question of growth, it's a question of scaling their business. And if you're working on your business just by yourself, and you're making, like, let's say, several six figures, and you're growing rapidly, you need a team that will help you, because you can't handle everything alone, like social media marketing, sales calls, business planning, and stuff like that. You need the entire team. And also, a lot of people say that Salmon was at the first mentor, or the first consultant, or the first coach. I want to argue that, and I want to say that Jethro, in my opinion, listen, if you Google name Jethro, like, that's fascinating. Listen, that Tuesday when I read that chapter, like, okay, like, this is a business lesson, like, yes, this is a spiritual book, and but, like, this is a business lesson about delegation. This is about how we should hire people, who we should hire, how we should, like, what qualifications we should be looking for, and basically how to delegate and how to pass the baton to, like, other people in our businesses, so we don't burn out. So, and I start googling his name, and Jethro actually means, it's a title that means his excellency. So, in my opinion, like, that was the first coach, that was the first mentor. And this is why it is so important for for us as an entrepreneurs, like, notice this, that there was nothing wrong with Moses. Moses was the leader that got appointed to his people, and there was nothing, like, he was more than capable of doing that. But he got an advice, a guidance, not because there was something wrong with him, but because he was a leader. And I know that you are a leader. And when we're leading our businesses, when we're building our businesses, it is important to have that trusted advisor, to have that trusted person that we can trust and who can point out our blind spots. Because listen, in chapter 18, in Exodus chapter 18, Moses clearly had a blind spot there. Moses clearly had a blind spot there. Like we as entrepreneurs, we have a plenty of blind spots. And this is why it is important to have a mentor, have a coach, have a person that we can work together as leaders. Because again, you're working with a coach, you're seeking guidance not because anything is wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're seeking guidance because you want to have that strategy, because you want to see your blind spots, because when you're operating on your own, you will wear yourself out. And this is the important lesson that I learned for myself. Because listen, when I started my business, I immediately was looking for guidance because I knew if I'm going to go alone, I'm gonna wear myself out. So and that's why it is important to have your community, to have your trusted counsel in your business. And your trusted counsel can be your coach, can be your mentor, can be your family members too. Like the trust advisors that can support you, that can provide feedback, that you can lean on. So let me know in the comments what resonated with you from our live stream today. Today we're talking about energy. Today we're talking about how our energy can affect us. Because when we're burning out, when we're getting in a negative headspace, when we are not like listening to our bodies, that will creep in our messages as well. That absolutely will. And also, another point that I would like to point out, especially for new entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are like on the way or just making a little bit above of six figures, sometimes it is a patience game too. Because sometimes we think that something is not working because it is not working too quickly for us, because it is not too instant for us, because it is not just immediately, because it's not just like, oh, I went live and nobody booked a call, and, oh, I ran my ad and nobody booked a call, or like I'm posting for a week and nobody is responding. So sometimes we're a little bit impatient with ourselves, and this is why it is important to center ourselves and kind of bring ourselves to the place where we can when we can focus and shift our energy so we can focus on the right thing, so we have a clear picture in mind and show up in our businesses. Because our bodies, our energies, like our how we show up in life, it builds our businesses as well. So my invitation for you today, I am hosting a VIP day in March. And this VIP day is designed to like really provide guidance for entrepreneurs, to provide guidance in the messaging, to provide guidance in social selling, to provide guidance in launch strategies. Because I don't know if it is your experience or not. Like, even when you are working with a coach or when you are in some sort of program, you might have questions and you might be asking your mentors those questions. But sometimes you are in a large container, and your coach simply can't dedicate an enough time as you need to really diagnose your messaging, to really diagnose your social media strategy, to really diagnose your content strategy, to really sit down with you and do the complete audit and say, hey, listen, you implementing the strategy correctly, like you are on the right path, but those things, like, but those things that you are saying, or how you showing up, or how you are planning your content, how you, like, how you interacting with your audience, this is not landing well, and this is where you need to pivot. And so, like, if you need that audit, if you need that support, if you need that Jethro in your business, I'm more than willing to be that guy for you, to be that help for you, to host a VIP day for you. It's an immersive experience. The way you can apply through the link in the comments, and also through the link in my bio. So, before I wrap up, do you have any questions, y'all? Do you have any questions? And please share with me what resonated with you, what spoke to you, like, what is your one biggest takeaway from our session today? So with that, everybody who showed up today, I am grateful for you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending this Friday evening with me, talking about energy, talking about entrepreneurship, talking about taking the next step, talking about the being best version of yourself, and how to show up energetically in your business. Again, thank you so much. I will see you on Monday. On Monday, we're going to talk about top voices on LinkedIn, top voices, and what it means for your business, and how a top voice badge may or may not affect your profit. So it's going to be super interesting. Join me. And the like, I just posted that live stream, or like live event on LinkedIn. So, like, if you haven't already, like, register for that, and stay tuned. All right, I will see you around. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much.